Good day, my dearest brethren. Zobida here with today's reflections entitled God Has a Purpose. Romans chapter 8, verses 28 reads, All things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Every one of us was created with and for a purpose. Nobody was created by mistake. Everybody has a purpose in life, just as every new day has its purpose. When you awake in the morning, ask God to reveal His plans, His purpose for the day. Ask Him for directions to fulfill all that might be required of you, all that you might hope to accomplish for that day. For everything there is a season, beloved. Nothing happens before its time. We cannot force God's hand or make Him do anything. God will always do exactly as He pleases in His own time. Take Jesus for instance. He came to earth for one purpose, and that was to shed His precious blood. Yes, along the way, He healed the sick and raised the dead and made the blind see, all for the glory of God. But, beloved, His real purpose was to suffer and bleed and die for the salvation of man. God is a miracle working God. Ask Him to reveal the purpose for which you were created. Psalm 138 verses 8 says, The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Some of us may feel we might not have much purpose to live for. We might be living in sin, and so there is no joy, no excitement in our lives. We might feel stuck. Remember, there are always consequences for our actions. Cry out to God, beloved. Call to Him while He is still near. He will help you. He will show you His purpose. God is a miracle working God. Miracles happen every day. Someone once said, The purpose in life is to serve and show compassion and a will to help others. Only then can we say we have become true human beings. At this point, I would like to share one of my little life stories with you. Many years ago, I owned and managed a food catering business. I would cater lunches on a daily basis. I had a wide clientele. Come lunchtime, the place would be packed with people. Now there was a certain man who was known as the village drunk, who every day would pass by and confess his undying love for me. I would just laugh at him and never give him a second thought. Anyway, one day, the place was packed to capacity and I was busy in the kitchen. My daughter was out front. This man came in and asked for me. My daughter told him I was busy, and so he began to curse at her, using the most obscene language you can imagine. I walked out and asked him to leave. He pretended he was leaving, but just as I turned my back, he started all over again cursing at my daughter. I got so mad. In all my busyness, I pushed open the door, walked outside and grabbed him by the collar. I pushed him up against the wall and gave him a good roughing up. Then I shoved him outside. He fell on the stairs and lay there for a while. Then he calmly got up and left. That incident never repeated itself again. I always say my children are my weak spot. When you mess with them, you mess with me. When it comes to them, I lose control and forget how to function. Anyway, that was the only time something like that took place. And don't get me wrong, I am not a violent person. I love the Lord with all my heart. But sometimes you get pushed to the limit. I guess my purpose for that day was to defend my daughter, which was totally different from what I imagined it to be. I read this some time ago. God has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, and a reward for your faithfulness. Trust Him and don't ever give up. When I remember how Jesus hung on the cross, stark naked, humiliated, pouring out His blood because of my sins, I know that my sole purpose in life is to love Him and live every moment for Him, to serve Him to the best of my ability, but most of all, to love and serve my fellow men as He loved me. And so, my beloved brethren, may the Lord bless you abundantly today. May you overflow with love for one another. Be blessed today and have an absolutely beautiful day.